Unless you're a spender, the most important thing a gacha gamer has to do is definitely planning. How you plan, how you go about tackling, especially resource management in these gacha games, is incredibly important to your satisfaction with what you have in your account. It could make or break your account, and as we all know, if you break your account, you got to start from scratch on another one, and that can be pretty tiresome, especially. So, making the right decision is going to be very important, and looking into the future and obtaining information that can, let's just say, allow you to best tackle upcoming content and make decisions is incredibly important to start doing ahead of time, so that way you are fully prepared, so that way you are more, let's just say, ahead in how you can go about tackling content within your favorite gacha game. Now, I want to go over this video right here of new update 1.0 to 1.5 banners roadmap. So apparently we have this man Legion over here. Shouts out to you, man, going over the predictions on what may be coming in 1.0 and 1.1 and beyond. I'm very intrigued. I would love to know what the fans and what people are talking about in what could possibly be the 1.2 characters, etc. I don't think people are doing leaks yet. I don't think it exists in the game just yet. So predictions is going to be key in knowing what to expect / best prepare of things to come. Now, of course, I think we have to take this with a certain degree of grain of salt. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to not miss any updates.
I guess I better go subscribe to VXV Gacha.
So without further ado, let's get it on.
Alright guys, massive banner update for NTE, as we just entered the second phase of the 1.0 update and started getting more information on the upcoming characters. In this video, I'll be going over a full updated banners roadmap starting from our current location.
Damn, all the way to 1.5. All right, hey, you got the floor.
The 1.0 version update all the way to we think is coming out until the 1.4 or even 1.5 version update. We actually have a crazy amount of potential characters.
We gotta admit, they cooked in this cutscene. They freaking cooked. Look at that. They cooked.
Already being teased. Also, a quick announcement before we begin. I also recently gave out a few monthly passes on each channel, but for this video, I'll be doing something different, giving away a free Hattori.
Free Hattori, goddamn, baby, what the hell? I know, I wouldn't want to miss out. Link in the description. Check out Legion.
To one of you guys, it's pretty simple to enter. Just be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment down below.
That's easy.
For one lucky winner, we'll be able to get enough polls to guarantee Hattori in NTE, or if they want, they can simply save those polls for future.
So are you still free to play if you win a giveaway? Are you still considered free to play? Food for thought.
Character instead. This giveaway will be exclusive for this video. Any full rules will be down below in the comments as well. Seriously though, thank you guys so much for the support recently. We're just about to hit 3K subscribers in less than 1 week, which is actually pretty insane. So stay tuned for more NTE updates.
We gotta admit, this is the moment where a lot of pennies dropped and a lot of guys started questioning their sexuality. Chaos just farmed the hell out Aura in the story, man.
It's guides,
especially in this moment.
Of course, roadmap videos just like this one.
Bro pulled up and was like, yeah, I'm handsome and I'm fitting to whoop your ass.
But alright, now that we have all that.
Well, it was a shame that we couldn't just play as him during that battle, man. It was such a shame and a missed opportunity. I mean, we played as Lacrimosa. I wonder why they didn't allow us to play with him. Like, it's so weird. Wait, pause. Play as him.
The way, let's not waste any time and go over all the upcoming confirmed and upcoming characters. Starting with our current point in the roadmap, version 1.0 phase 2. This part is fully official already, but for a quick recap, we just entered the second phase.
Yeah, what are we gonna get, man? I don't know.
The Hattori banner is now officially live.
That's
Hattori,
right.
the brand new S-Rank Cosmos character, and her banner will be available until June 3rd.
We gotta admit, the picture here is crazy, especially this part right here. Like, look at that. That is crazy. That is crazy goon bait, man.
Which means once the 3 weeks are up, and once that banner ends, we'll officially move into the 1.1 version update. Now the good news is the 1.1 banners are also basically confirmed already. The marketing dropped right before I started covering NTE content, so I never actually got the chance to fully talk about it.
Oh, we're here now.
Characters from 1.1 are now fully locked in with Lacrimosa and Chaos. Now the big question now is the banner order and what exactly these characters do. So let's...
If I were to guess, they're gonna have Lacrimosa at the start. They typically like to bring the most hyped up character at the start. Kind of like Hayuki and Denia. In Withering Ways, they brought Hayuki first because Hayuki was more hyped. Archons, like in Genshin Impact, they're typically the first in line as the patch roll. Because you can't do that to players for knowing that they have this incredibly hyped up unit in the second half. That will drive people crazy. So they have like a semi-hyped unit at the second half and typically the most hyped in the first half. And I think Lacrimosa, in terms of secondary characters that you could use a bit, definitely stole a bit of the show. She's definitely up there in my top 5 as characters I wouldn't mind getting. Now, the problem is, though, can I get enough pulls to get both? There's no 50-50, so like I can definitely be more hopeful towards that. But I don't know, man. I might have to. I know this crazy talk. This is a very, very brave take. I might have to skip Lacrimosa for Chaos. And the reason why is because Chaos is a male character, and male characters in these games are very few and far between. I like to have a mix of both male and female characters. I don't want to have my teams full of nothing but 2D NTE anime baddies. I like to have a mix of both. I hope Chaos is a very, very solid unit. Hopefully a good, strong support that is, can survive the test of time. That would be great. But Lacrimosa is definitely, the character that a lot of people are eyeing, myself included. I'll be honest, man. 1.1 is looking very strong. And 1.1 characters typically, for example, in Wuwa, they were very, very strong. Like Jinxie and Changli, they were incredibly powerful. Chao and Ganyu, especially Ganyu in Genshin Impact, that was insanely powerful, man. So yeah, some games really introduce powerful 1.1 characters, especially for the short term, like 3 to 6 months, like very solid units that can stand with you around 3 to 6 months, and others not so much. So I think we're gonna have to definitely cover some of the kit. I hope he does here.
Let's go over it. Starting with the expected first phase banner of 1.1, we have Lacrimosa. So Lacrimosa was drip marketed first, and usually
she's so adorable.
In games, whoever gets revealed first ends up becoming the phase 1 banner. And at the moment, Lacrimosa also has by far the most information available between the two upcoming characters, between Lacrimosa and Chaos. We for sure know a lot more on Lacrimosa, so let's go into detail about this character.
No, don't tell me we don't know his kit. Damn.
Lacrimosa is expected to be a Chaos element main DPS with a kit focused around...
Oh, she's a main DPS. Fudge. I was really hoping she'd be a support, man. So, this is the second, let's just say, teenage DPS we got. So we have Nanali and her. Chaos, doesn't that make Daffodil's stonks go very, very high? Food for thought.
Around DOT, it seems she'll be doing more damage over time than being like a burst DPS character like Hotori, for example.
Okay.
And she's also connected to the ETD faction and her game.
Well, Hotori is more of a support DPS, I feel like, because you can just do the things you want to do with your team and have your main DPS stall for time as she charge up time stop. And then as soon as you have that ready, you just swap in ults and you swap out. Or like you can stay. What I did personally, look, I'm a bit of an unk. I'm not like the guy to go to in how to best play these games, at least not yet until I learn. But I feel like the best way I went about it is I do what I just said, and then I stay on Hotori just a bit whilst I can E. And as soon as I can drop the E, I tag out of Hotori and I let my main DPS and the rest of my supports do their thing up until I have my ult once again, Hotori, and repeat. I feel like that's a decent approach. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. What is the best optimal way in terms of rotation and how to go about Hotori as a support? Main DPS, I feel like she's kind of slow to be a main DPS. For me personally, I feel like she's a lot better as a support burst DPS unit more than the rest. So yeah, and I'm a bit of a Hotori main, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I freaking adore that character.
Gameplay looks honestly really unique compared to most characters we've seen so far. We're already able to play her.
What? We can do this? That's cute.
Very start of the game, kind of like a trial before the character comes out. And her entire kit seems to revolve around applying nightmare stacks onto enemies and then detonating.
Yeah, there was this quest. I don't know if you guys missed it. Like that was funny actually. Someone compared that quest with the NTE AI drama, man. This shit was funny. Basically, there was this quest where you get to play as Lacrimosa. That's why I'm shocked that Chaos was did not get anything like that, man. So that way we could take a peek at his kit, or maybe they didn't think about him at the time.
Or triggering massive burst damage once those stacks.
I'm not gonna lie, this crazy tinfoil hat game theory, but I think there was slightly a bit of rushing when it comes to the finalization of NTE's release. There was a bit of rushing there, but it's fine. It's not bad, but I feel like I can't shake the feeling that there was a tad bit of rushing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping too crazy, chat. Let me know in the comments.
Build high enough, and she'll also be doing damage over time. And yeah, so she was playable briefly during the tutorial section, so some players already got an early feel to how she works, and from everything we've seen so far, she generally looks pretty insane.
Okay, so let's read. Lacrimosa's kit TLDR, S-rank Chaos Min DPS, dot, Nightmare stack playstyle. We have another dot unit, which is like Kafka and stuff, like HSR. Applies Nightmare stacks to enemies for sustained damage. Can switch between melee and plus ranged combat. That's pretty interesting. Use anomaly style transformations, copied abilities, strong sustained DPS with burst detonations, possible enemy skill mimic mechanic, multiple ultimate animations, car / truck attacks, expected to be one of the strongest long fight DPS units, likely best in anomaly / chaos focused teams, potential synergy with chaos in 1.1 phase 2. Dude, do not do that. Do not do that. We're out of pools. We're out of pools. How are we supposed to guarantee both? Hey, y'all better chill out. Though I must admit, one of the things I read here definitely got me thinking, which is expected to be one of the strongest long fight DPS units. Now, a lot of the complaints, a lot of the already existing gachas have is time-gated combat, right? Like you have to beat them in this amount of time. And it's a very classic, generic type of formula, it's a classic type of formula that developers apply to challenge gamers, all right? Makes sense, sure. But the problem with that, though, is that it doesn't allow certain units to shine because surviving, like, for example, the best example I can give is Wu's hologram fights. Like, the time doesn't necessarily matter as much, but surviving is, and knowing how to navigate the enemy's attacks, when to strike is incredibly important. It's more so important than the time management. I feel like introducing content like that is critical to this, and I think that's the anomaly fights, because when I was doing the anomaly fights, I noticed there's not much timer, and they can be very challenging. Well, I'm not fully maxed level yet, like I'm still hunter level 32, I think, and at level 15 all my characters, obviously, so I can't tackle the rest of them. I'm pretty sure I can sweat them because of Hattori's time stop. Like, you just keep dodging and eventually you are gonna win, but it feels like too much of a hassle, right? I don't want to do that stuff yet, so I'll keep them for later. But I have to admit that when it comes to that particular type of content, a unit like Lacrimosa will shine bright. Now, the real question is going to be, are they going to update anomalies, and is anomalies going to be part of the, let's just say, monthly cycle of on-release patch updates? I think they should. I think this Lacrimosa, if we were to have that addition to the formula where we get to have, you know, like the Spiral Abyss stuff, where a lot of people call it Spiral Abyss thing of NTE. I think it's like this ghost train thingy. That's like the classic one that we've seen all the gachas. Cool. But I feel like we should have another one, which are the anomalies, and they should be updated as well with, let's just say, having in mind units like Lacrimosa that can, let's just say, enable you to best tackle that type of content. So like we have an, the time-gated classic one like the Spiral Abyss, which is, it has a mixture of both AoE / boss fights. We have the AoE, like kind of like a Wiwa or Pure Fiction from HSR and Withering Waves, like we can have that. And then we can also have the anomalies, which are just pure big-ass boss fights. That would be very cool, and would make like characters like Lacrimosa shine bright. Because I'll be honest with you, reading this, all I see is I'm about to get washed in like 5 patches, and I would hate to see that happen. I can see there's some support capabilities here. I could be wrong, but I feel like she can be a support to any new dot DPS, but tough. But I do feel like if we were to play like, as they say here, expected to be one of the strongest long fight DPS units, a game mode can enable units like this to shine bright, and could enable players that are, let's just say, are not like just trying to win too fast and are willing to keep having a back and forth with with content. I think that would be a great addition to the game. Let me know what you think.
She can apparently copy anomaly abilities, temporarily transform, and even use enemy-style attacks. And she also has, I believe, 2 ultimate animations, including one where she literally dismantles a car, the one we saw, and another where she launches multiple trucks at the enemy, which on
the trucks seem more scary. The car is like, we're in an anime anomaly fiction world. Like, that's not scary.
Already makes her one of the coolest looking characters in the game.
Yeah, this one is strong.
Confirmed inside the game in 1.1. Right now her gameplay is looking like a DOT playstyle, both melee and range stance switching, nightmare stacks mechanic, sustained DPS, and anomaly interactions. Depending on the final numbers in her kit, she could end up being a really good long-term DPS character. Now moving on to the second phase of 1.1.
Oh, here we go.
Chaos. Now, unfortunately,
The man of the hour.
as much info for Chaos, but all we know is that Chaos is part of the ETD as well in the 6th platoon.
Fuck! Man! What does he do? I want to know! I gotta prepare better!
And currently, he's definitely the more mysterious character out of the two. We don't really know his combat abilities, his exact role, playstyle. Most of the information going around right now pretty much comes from his trailers and the data mines and the early promotional material, but based on the way he's being positioned, there's a high chance he synergizes really well directly with Lacrimosa or the future characters, because there's a chance he has more the role of a sub-DPS or support type of character instead of being a main DPS.
That would be my hope. Considering how I want units to age as best as possible, supports typically age the best, more so than DPSs. I hope he does. And I hope he is, hey, make it happen. Make it happen. And maybe we could have a formula of phase 1 DPSs, phase 2 supports. That could be a formula they can go on. And if Chaos is going to be let's just say a more generic support, I'm all for it. I'll take it.
But for now,
But what is his element, though? We don't know his element.
we'll have to wait until the official 1.1 special program for more concrete gameplay details, and that
Oh, we'll be there.
should be right around the corner. So if that 1.1 is basically set, we got phase 1 Lacrimosa and phase 2 Chaos. Now we can move on to beyond 1.1 into the 1.2 and later versions. This is where
Ooh, here we are. Here we go.
there are honestly way too many characters already being teased.
This girl is not going to be playable. Blackbird is not going to be playable. And the reason why she's not going to be playable is going to give you enough of an incentive to go and always farm those crows, so that way you can gaze upon Blackbird. You have to give her something. Like, you're not going to show up with nothing in hand. You got to go and get something. So every time they add crows to the map, we're going to be hunting down them babies. Jokes aside, though, I hope they don't make her playable personally. I think she's a very, very, let's just say, imposing NPC that I feel like games should actually introduce. I know, I might get crucified for this one. And I understand the desire of wanting Blackbird to be playable. Trust me, I do. My jaw dropped to the floor when I just walked in. Like, I'm pretty sure this applies to like the majority of players. I just walked in there, man. It's like, man, I got these crows. I need to cash in. Hey, where did I cash these in? And then she shows up with like that animation. I'm just there like, hey, yo. So yeah, I think I would not be shocked if she's never playable. But then again, the fans are definitely shouting over rooftops for her to be playable. But we'll see, man. We'll see. But don't forget, like, so certain gacha developers won't make certain characters playable. Look at what's her name? Signora in Genshin Impact, at the start of Genshin Impact. Everybody wanted Signora to be playable. She's not playable, isn't she? So yeah, maybe it could be another instances of that, but we'll see.
Or that we can expect to become playable, which means the next few updates are probably stacked all the way up into 1.5 or potentially even further if they continue doing the 2 characters every patch. A lot of these names,
I'll be honest, 2 characters is feasible, but it's all gonna come down to how many freebies they give out. Because if they give out, for example, 70, you can guarantee 1 character, which is great. Considering there's no 50-50, you can guarantee a character. Genshin could never. But if we get more, I'll be honest, like with certain, if you are just free to play plus, you can technically guarantee both characters every single patch. You're just not going to get multiple copies unless you get earlies, of course. But that's just, I don't know about you, man, but that sounds very, very hype considering the future of NTE. You can always skip if you need to, like for example, if you get arcs and stuff. But I'm pretty sure arcs, like you can keep saving the resources for arcs. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, man. NTE, considering the fact that there's no 50-50, the only last concern I have is the amount of freebies they give out per patch. And as soon as we start having the mats for, let's just say 1.1, 1.2 and beyond, I'll be honest, we're going to have a discussion on the future of NTE. Because I feel like, personally, the future is bright, but we just need confirmation.
comes from the trailers, story appearances, beta files, and early info.
What the hell, Barry? Goddamn, what the hell these characters, Barry? Never seen this, Barry. All right, so Alphard is obviously the Kafka plus Acheron fusion. Look, no one can tell me that's not Kafka and Acheron fused, all right? This is a fusion in a parallel world. The reason why she's hiding the ears is because she's wearing Patara earrings, all right? Next, of course, I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. Akane Rin. Ah, man, hey. She reminded me of like that a girl in My Dress Up Girlfriend, whatever the name is. You know, that one like stole millions of hearts. Like that is by far the best female anime character I've ever seen. Akane Rin reminds me a lot of her. She's just a little more adult, more punky. Man, and the colors and everything about her is just so cool. Like she just farms aura too. I want her to be playable. I really, really do. I'm looking forward to this particular character. I think Alphard should take some time. I don't think we should get Alphard just yet. Like kind of reminds me of like HSR with like Jade and Topaz, etc. Like Diamond is the best, but I don't think we have Diamond even to this day. I could be wrong though. Haven't kept up with HSR too much. But Diamond is definitely, because he's the leader, he's the boss, a lot of players are going to be like, when is he going to come? When is he going to come? And of course, he needs to be the strongest. I feel like keeping characters like those in the back burner for the biggest, more important, hyped up stakes in the story, because that's also important and something to keep in mind. The character releases need to also go with the story and how it progresses, and the story progresses with, let's just say, more stakes to if the heroes were to fail, right? And I feel like introducing more powerful characters that are already established, like Alphard being the boss of the Bureau of Anomaly Control, makes more sense over there. Now, Akane Ren is more of she just works in a goddamn underground, freaking basement-ass bar, right? So I think we could expect her to be coming soon.
This comes from the trailers, story appearances, beta files.
Who the hell is Shinku? Okay, so we have Huan. This reminds me of Huan. Shinku, I don't know. Now, you know what? I'm skipping that one. Eroi looks pretty cool here, but what the fuck is up with these demons? Do we have demons up in here? I feel like I'm getting spoiled here, but anyway, let's just continue.
And early info.
I don't know who Nitsa is, but I might be pulling.
Of course, none of this is...
Linko was weak. I've seen her. We have someone called EXE. He's called EXE? Okay. Oh, so there's something called Sixth Platoon. Oh, they work with her? Okay. Okay, EXE is something... Man, he's too dark. That's too emo. You know what? I might just skip him too. He's scary.
It's fully guaranteed. But
I don't know who Elims is, but she's not my type. And of course, the legendary Blackbird.
There's a very good chance many of these characters eventually become playable. So
yes.
You can go over each character.
Except, I think Blackbird is the only one I can see not being playable. But the rest, all of them are going to be playable. Easily.
One by one. So first we got Alphard. Alphard is tied to the Bureau of Anomaly Control and seems to be a very high-ranking position.
She's so fine. She is so fine. I'll be honest, I was moving my camera around checking angles.
We still haven't seen her actual combat gameplay, but based on the story presentation, she definitely feels like an important future S-rank character. Next up, we have Akane Rin. She's another character we expect to become playable in the future. She's connected to Lions, and honestly...
The girl of the hour, man. Look at that. Look at that. The girl of the hour, man. God damn.
Has been getting more attention recently because her voice actor already appeared in official promotional stuff. Usually that happens and means the character is already into development. Then we got two characters.
Ooh, that's great news. Dude, if they really want to hype up 1.2, I think the best drip marketing's gotta have Akane Rin.
In the same division, CSU Division 2, we got Eroi and Shinku. Both of these characters...
By the way, I think she's Japanese because she has both first name and last name. So I think she's supposed to be Japanese.
Are also expected to become playable at some point, especially with some of them having heavy story
You know what? In closer ratio, she's not looking so bad. She's just a demon, though. I'm scared.
Presence. Both characters already appeared in the trailers, and we have massive signs that they're planned for future banners, and their designs also stand out. They really look like premium characters. And after that, we're moving into the ETT 6 Platoon characters, which honestly feels like one of the biggest future factions in the game. We got characters like Nitsa and Liko, which actually, Nitsa really stands out because I did find some information on this character regarding her kit. Not sure.
She's an A rank? Ayo! I know a lot of people are disappointed now. I don't think this is gonna age. Okay, if she's gonna be A rank, make her like Haniel. All right, make her like Haniel, very powerful, very strong support. Okay, role as support, great. Just make her solid, like not the weapon, solid as a unit. That's very key.
Sure if this is true or not, but apparently she's going to become a A-rank character, not a S-rank, but a actual A-rank with the role of a support, the psyche element, and we'll see if it's actually true or not. but right now she's projected as being a A-rank character, which is good because if every single one of these characters end up being S-rank, it would take forever to fully release them, but I'm sure some of these could end up becoming A-rank playable characters, and they would end up being on the featured S-rank banners in the future updates as well. And overall, the story keeps heavily teasing this group. And then we have, finally, one of the biggest fan favorite names right now is Blackbird due to her design.
Yep.
A lot of early speculation points to her potentially becoming...
Blackbird confirms that people just love emo girls. They just love emo girls, man. That's the thing about emo girls. We don't know what it is, but the hotter they are, the crazier it becomes to resist them for some reason.
A chaos type character, and from what I found, she's going to be a attack chaos S-rank.
No. Well, rest in peace, Lacrimosa. If this is true, which I don't think it is, to be honest with you, I don't think it is. I'm taking this with a huge grain of salt. How the fuck you know? People are just speculating. Okay, Chaos makes sense for her because have you seen her? Sure, that makes sense. But DPS, sure, cool. I feel like she would be more of a support considering how she does things. Like she's purified, she's in the back, she's just sitting in her house, helping us out with the whole crows and things. I don't know, it feels like that. Weapon type, I'll be honest, weapon type, I'm just confused on what the hell weapon types are supposed to be. It's like, it reminds me of like HSR in a way. It's like the element isn't necessarily attached to the weapon type. But anyway, well, I don't even know what I said. Weapon type is gas. It's interesting choice of weapon types over there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Of course, it's going to be S-rank. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I would hope she's a support. And once again, I feel like characters like these as supporting units not only fit the thematics a little more, in my opinion, but also it makes me hopeful that they can truly stand the test of time, which I feel like is incredibly important in terms of the value that your account accumulates, and that way you can have a more solid account to tackle future content. So I feel like that's a very, very key point. I love to like my investment to last as long as possible. All right, shouts out to Bennett.
Character playable in future updates, and from the looks of it, should be quite a hype character.
The best supports in every gacha, in any gacha.
And this is exactly why the roadmap for NTE is looking so promising right now, even though the game just launched. There's already enough teased characters for multiple version updates. There's a ton here for both S-ranks and A-rank versions of the characters to release. So the future roster honestly already looks pretty stacked. Now obviously, this can change, especially the release dates, we don't know that yet, and the kits can be adjusted, but for now...
Yeah, and plus we don't know, like they could literally introduce the character we've never seen. That can happen, because like right now we're basing information on things we've seen, but if you was one thing I learned from Wuwa especially, Hayuki and Denya came out of nowhere. Like we don't even know where those girls came from, and all of a sudden, oh shit, we're gonna have to pull for them too. So yeah, and then they introduced Lucilo as well with the Lucy within the Cyberpunk collab. That's just criminal. I think freaking Kuro Games should get locked up for that one. But yeah, that's that's something to always keep in mind. Like whilst yes, these are the characters we're already aware of, sometimes they like to keep these very hyped up units for later, in the back burner, whether it's for story purposes or for just keep something in the back burner, kind of like Geshu Lin in Wuwa. There's also Varka in Genshin Impact. Jesus Christ. Do you guys remember Varka in Genshin Impact? My God, that shit took like 3 to 4 years to release. So that might happen. Something to keep in mind is whilst these are the characters that we know are obviously looking like premium units, that's not necessarily a guarantee they're going to be here sooner than later.
Now, this is just a rough roadmap we're heading toward over the next several patches. But yeah guys, this is pretty much everything we currently know about the future NTE roadmap from 1.0 to potentially the 1.5 banners and beyond. Let me know which character that we saw in this video are you most excited for. This will now conclude everything for today. So if you guys want a chance to enter the free Hotori giveaway, rules will be down below. And for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.
I'll be honest, I kind of want to go no shame and enter that and enter that giveaway too, man. So yeah, I guess now we know as much as we can for now in how to plan for the future in NTE. We're gonna have to wait for the live stream. We're gonna have to, let's just say, cross some names and base what we want from there and better plan from there. All right, I think also beta testers, y'all gotta hook us up with some important information, if you know what I'm saying, because I don't want to know what Chaos does. I want to know how important he is and how powerful he is, so that way I can base my decision on more factual things rather than just well, I just like how the character looks. All right, because here's the thing, I think this applies to a lot of us. I'm more comfortable getting a character once they check 3 boxes, which is a personality. Like I vibe with their personality and everything. That's why they sell you these characters in terms of you want to care about them or relate to them, right? Power, which is I feel like meta, like you got it, very important. And most importantly, aesthetics, right? Like how they look, etc., etc. These are 3 boxes characters need to check for you to, let's just say, feel more comfortable getting them. Now, there's a 4th box, which I've been mentioning a lot, which is obviously longevity, how long they can stay relevant. But that's typically hard to do in these games, all right? So like those characters are very few and far between. Only Genshin has something like Bennett, Kazuha especially, probably Farina as well. Characters like that can truly stand the test of time. But as mentioned, that's like 3 in like 4 to 5 years, so not enough. So typically that's a box that's rarely checked, but when it does, whew, I'm all in. So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your plans? What are you expecting? Share some information if you heard anything. And yeah, let's get this conversation going. Huge shout out to Legion for getting us up to speed in what's going on in these streets. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you.